Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Hello guys, so today I'm going to review the Winchesters, episode 10. So I guess this one, well, of course I'm going to talk about spoilers, so just, spoiler warning if you haven't already watched the episode, but yeah. This one's about, I guess, a girl that, I guess something happens to him, like, they're called Dorothy. Because basically, I'm not sure if it was the Akrida queen or not, who basically, puts her in, like, a state where, I guess she's in a coma, and then she has, like, a husband who's a part of the Men of Letters who tries to help her, but, like, let's just say it gets a bit twisted with what he does, to the point where in in the current timeline of this show, I guess he tries to trick Mary and John, saying that he's still part of the Men of Letters, but actually he was actually let go. And at the same time when he was let go, I guess the Akrida tried to attack him, but I guess this is when they basically attacked his I guess his wife. Yeah. Trying to act like, they need help, but they actually just attack the wife. Because basically she's at a point where she's going to die, but, the husband tries to help her. And I think it takes years of research to get to a point where he's able to help her. Yeah. Which, we'll get back to that. They're just trying to find a good lead to take down the Akrida for good. And Latta and Carlos, they actually find the original person who was possessed by, the Akrida, and tried to help her, I guess. And I guess, he's just thinking about his boyfriend at the same time, because he's actually found someone that he likes, yeah. And this is when they actually meet the guy who pretends to be a part of the Men of Letters, even though he used to be, but not anymore. And I guess John's father knew he wasn't really a good guy, so yeah. He kind of sees that similarities, pretending that he didn't know his father, but he actually did. Yeah. Can tell when he's bullshitting. Yeah. Yeah, they actually tried to help this person because after the Akrida queen took over her life, basically she lost her job, her girlfriend, just basically everything. She's like living in a hotel, just getting wasted, trying to forget everything that happened to her. But then when Latta and Carlos come, it just brings back all the bad memories that she's already having a hard time trying to forget, and she wants nothing to do with them. But they get to a point where they convince her to actually do something good, because she didn't want all of her suffering and everything that happened to her to be for nothing. So, she agrees to help him out. Yeah. Since she has, like, those memories, like, she can find out where their hideout is, which I guess she says is somewhere underground, and they get the exact location. As for this guy, I think was his name Jack. I think that's his real name. Like, he's trying to, I guess, set a plan that will definitely help take down the Akrida for good. Because this guy just comes out of nowhere saying that he can actually help do that. But then we actually find out his real motive to bring back his wife by, I guess, because first he needs to get an Akrida, and then he's going to use one of them to, I guess, take over, like, their body, so he can bring back his wife. Like, that's what he tries to do to Mary, and then he'd do the same thing for John, so they'll be in, like, younger people's bodies. But I wonder what the wife would think about all that. I mean, we'll never get to see what she would have thought of that situation. I mean, I don't even know what kind of person she actually was, but yeah. Seems like someone that would actually help people, but yeah. They basically go after that Akrida cop, they take him down, and, they bring him over. Then you actually, because I actually forgot about this, that the boyfriend, Mary's boyfriend, well, it didn't get to the point where there was actually boyfriend and girlfriend, but it got really close. Like, because he gets basically, possessed by an Akrida. Just the way how that goes by the end of the episode, which, we'll get to, because they have, like, a bigger plan to take care of John and finding out who this person in the picture was, which we all know is Dean Winchester. Like, because I guess it goes through time a few times then. Because if you've watched Supernatural, he does go back in time and meets his father and stuff. But I think, does he meet his uncle? I think it's not even John. I think it's like the uncle. I just forget. I need to, refresh my memory with some of those scenes. Because I remember that he goes back in time to see his uncle and stuff. Yeah. And does he get to see his father in one of the times? But yeah. They're basically trying to build up a plan because they just want to eradicate all the humans, but they're actually more important for their plan. Well, that's what their queen says anyway. And I wonder what body she has now anyway. But yeah, then you kind of see how that's gonna go. And yeah, this is when he basically reveals that, he has got ulterior motives, because John basically finds out about him actually not being a part of the Men of Letters anymore, like they let him go and stuff, and that's when he basically uses some kind of, I don't know if it's a spell or something, some kind of trick to make him unconscious, yeah. And then, I guess he has like a golem that watches over John, and then he's just trying to, put Mary into the wife. Well, basically the wife would take over her body, but they'd still be conscious of everything that's happening for the rest of their lives. But, and then on John's side, he gets free, but he has to take care of this golem, which I'm surprised he even got through this golem, man. But then I guess Jack was so stupid that he literally tells Mary his weakness, the golem's weakness, but he didn't think like he was going to be able to get free John, so he didn't really care. But then when John actually gets over and basically sucker punches the guy, like he gets free and sucker punches him. Like Mary just basically tells the weakness, and then that's when he's able to beat it. And then like the thing gets up, then I guess they shut the door on the thing, and then Mary tries to use the buttons to destroy the head inside the machine. And that's when I think the golem thing just falls on the guy, and the wife at this point just gets killed because she kind of falls over too when fighting the golem, and they're basically both dead. And it's kind of a sad story, really, yeah. Because basically because of the Men of Letters basically abandoned Jack, his wife ended up getting hurt, and then he just dedicated the rest of his life to helping her. But then even if things did work out for him, did Jack really have a plan to stop the Akrida? Like, would that have been his next goal after bringing back his wife? But I just don't know how that would have went if it was just them two. I mean, the wife would be confused, so he'd have to be taking care of her and trying to take out the Akrida by himself. Like, I don't know if that would have worked out. He would have got John and Mary's bodies, destroyed. Like, they would have got killed. Especially when you see what happens by the end, which I guess we'll get to that. Because Carlos and Lata do find out the location of the Akrida, like its base. Like, they actually find the location. But then when it comes to John, he basically gets set up by Mary's friend, nanny boyfriend. I don't know. I just don't know what to call him, or whatever. I don't remember his name, but because basically this is when John finds out that he's possessed by the Akrida, and his plan is to basically get John in jail for like a decoy to stop him from the plan they're trying to do. And he basically ends up, killing the body of the host, and then that's when the mum comes back and just sees the dead body. Yeah. It looks like he's definitely dead anyway. Yeah. And mum's just like, what the fuck? And the police come, then, end credits. But yeah. Not a brilliant episode, but, it definitely does a lot for the story. It's better than the last episode. Episode 8 is probably still the best episode since episode 4 and episode 1, because they're like, really good episodes. But yeah, it's definitely better than the last episode, episode 9, because that was a really average episode after the Loki episode, because that Loki episode was pretty good, man. And just the episode after, it was just so dry, not having the dad. It was kind of a step down. I feel like they should have dealt with the dad stuff, like for the episode after. But yeah, Still, definitely a better episode compared to the last week's episode. But yeah, I guess we've got 3 episodes left. We've got next week, then we've got like 2 more afterwards, and then basically it's over. Yeah, I really hope the show gets a season 2 because, you know, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it would suck if it didn't because I'd want to find out the fates of Larta and Carlos, like if they actually get to survive. Like, I want to see what would happen to those characters. I still feel like one will die, and then maybe one will find some happiness in the end, but it'd be weird if you don't see them ever in Supernatural. They never help, like, Mary and John's kids, but guess we'll have to wait and find out, even if the show gets a season 2. But yeah, I guess that's the end of my review. Appreciate if you can leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.